I guess now it's 12 o'clock, so I'm going to fill in for Freddie. So President-elect filling in for Freddie. So I'll ring the bell. I have a makeshift bell there, but that'll do. That'll do. So first off, why don't we welcome everybody to the January 28th, 2021 Rotary Club of Newport meeting. This is our 38th Zoom meeting. So again, as Freddie would say, hopefully we don't have another 38 meetings, but time will tell. So glad you're all here. Looks like we've got about 32 folks on the call. Looks like all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go. And I do see a few guests. We'll get to them. But first, would we like any volunteers to start off with a song or flag salute? Oh, nobody rush right in there. How about our visiting returning guest, Jim Wendell? Would you like to lead us in a flag salute? That's a pretty easy task. It looks like by reading his lips, it looks like he went through. So we all know the word. So we'll say, job well done, Jim. So glad you're back, glad you're visiting, and hopefully we can get you back as a regular full-time member here if that's what you wish.
I am back.
Very good, very good. Good to see you. Well, I know we've got some other guests in here, and I know part of them are the students of the month, and we'll have Raina introduce them when that time comes. But is there any other visiting guests here that I don't see or don't recognize? Looks like Brian Gardner's got his hand up. Welcome, Brian. Any other guests there with hands up or new people? See some parents there. So, okay. Well, on again, Rotary filling in for Freddie here, I'd like to talk about history, which he usually does, or he generally talks a little bit about things. But the only thing I could really come up with today was the day that the space shuttle exploded. So do you all remember where you are and what you felt, what you thought about at that time? Anybody have a real quick story about where they were that day?
Yeah, I was in Jamaica at the time. And at the Marine Lab I was at, we didn't have news or TV per se. And I had Jamaicans coming up to me who'd seen it and were offering their condolences about it. And I'm like, hold it, fill me in, what happened? And so it wasn't just in America that people saw it and were mortified and sad. It was all around the world.
I was watching it with my entire 5th grade class and my teacher, and I remember it very vividly because the teacher didn't know what to do exactly, and we were all just shocked.
Yeah, it's certainly something nobody anticipated, and to have it live stream or have it live video, there wasn't any way but just react with a gush of emotion. Anybody else recall where they were at or what they felt or how that went that day? It's kind of a downer to remember that, but obviously those things have happened and those people, gave service, and we thank them for that. Another thing I wanted to do is talk just a little bit about Rotary and again, history and thinking about some of those things. So I'm going to have a couple bits about where we are and what we do, and even some of the normal things that we take for granted that we're talking about. But particularly like the four-way test. Is anybody, and I'll buy them a ticket for the 50/50 raffle today if they know the answer of where that four-way test originated without Googling. Anybody know that answer?
I know it was a business, but
I suspect the card right here on my desk doesn't qualify, does it?
What does that say, Keith?
That's the four-way test on my desk, so that's where mine originates.
Well, yeah, Sonia was hitting the nail on the head there. There was a business, and just like ingenuity or innovation, you know, people have to create ideas. And essentially, it was a Rotarian, Herbert Taylor, that in 1932 took the responsibility of a company in Chicago, an aluminum company in Chicago, and that was failing and ready to file bankruptcy. And so he created this and this design to turn this company around, but he created a 24-word code of ethic for his, you know, his people, both professionally and personal lives, how they deal with businesses and advertisers or vendors or, you know, retailers. And it was essentially those words that were created then. And then later on in when was the year? It was widely adapted in 1943 by the Rotary as a, you know, something we still say, those same 24 words. You know, again, we have adapted the fifth rule here, but which I think that Herbert then would say that was also a good rule. Is it fun? So, but interesting enough that, you know, they created this company, and that's the credit that that company has because of the four-way test and what that CEO, his insight and innovation to get things turned around. So I think that was really telling you, you know, a good American company can adapt and overcome. Another thing I think is really interesting is the definition of Rotary. You know, again, there was a lot of insight. And one thing that people often ask is, you know, what is Rotary? And so if you Google, you can see the definition of Rotary, and the same thing. It's just a group of words, or essentially one sentence that says that. And I'm going to read it just so I don't imply anything different. But Rotary is an organization of business and professional people united worldwide who provide humanitarian service and encourage high ethical standards in all vocations and help build goodwill and peace in the world. So again, if somebody asks you, you summarize that or use that, and it's a good way to, you know, the old elevator speech or the old prep that if somebody comes up, and if you say some of those things, there really shouldn't be much of a rebuttal there for that. So it's, again, very interesting. So, you know, and I look forward to next year when I become president to talk a little bit more about, you know, what Rotary is, where it came from, and how, you know, where we are today and how it's evolved. So again, we'll sprinkle a few more of those things in. So next, I'd like to take a minute and ask for announcements. And I know I'd like to ask and call on Ken Riley. And what it is we had one of our Seize the Day planning meetings that Sonia Graham's leading up for us. And thank you, Sonia, for all that effort there. It's been a great process. But Ken talked a little bit about, or had an idea, and I would hope that he could share that or articulate that with the group here, like he did with us the other day, about, you know, an idea of raising funds or creating some excitement around that. So does that sound like you can do something you can do there, Ken, for us?
Sure, I'd be happy to. One of the things, and Sonia, thanks for leading us through the meeting the other day. You did a great job. We were brainstorming on how to get donations, because as we know, you know, COVID has affected everybody, and small business is not exempt to that for sure. One of the ideas that came out of that is if we could ask all of our Rotary members to go to a local business and just purchase a $25 gift certificate on their dollar. And then if you want, and you don't, certainly we weren't asking you to do this, but if you want to ask the company that you buy it from, if they will match that to give to Rotary, that $25 that you pay out of your own pocket then becomes a $50 gift card that we could use for Seize the Day. And it helps Rotary, obviously, but it also helps our small businesses that could probably use that $25 for their cash flow right now. So that was one of the things that we talked about. And I know that John Zagel was part of that meeting also. And I know that John and I have both done similar things for the booster auctions that we go into. I don't really like to just go in and ask for something. So generally speaking, I would, if I went into my example the other day was Clearwater, for example, I'd go into Clearwater and ask Hans, I said, if I give you $25 for the booster club, would you give us a $50 gift card? And I've never been turned down. Now, that being said, I do know that with COVID, I wouldn't expect everybody to go out and ask for that extra $25. But if we could all go out and just get $25 from a business, it helps them and it helps us. And I think with the lack of actual meetings where we're paying for lunch and what have you, it might be a nice donation for the Rotary Club to really make Seize the Day something special. Plus, it helps our community by going out and helping our small business. So that's what we talked about, Richard.
Excellent, Ken. Thank you. And then again, we all know, you know, that event has been scheduled for 4th of July weekend. The holiday hits on the Monday, so we're thinking that that Monday might be the day that we'll do that. And pending, you know, good distribution of vaccines and lower cases and you know, the allowance from the county and the governor and all those things. So fingers crossed on that. We'll have a go no go date, and Sonia's working on that. So hopefully we'll have a you know, an idea where how we can proceed going forward. But I think that's a nice way that we can all kind of participate and get that going. And any other comment you want to make there on that, Sonia?
No, and yeah, we are going to do something for Seize the Day, whether it's going to be that live great event that we're really hoping for, if the world allows us to do that. If not, we're going to do a wonderful virtual event that John Zagel is going to help us out to make it a really fun virtual event too. So regardless, we're going to be doing the Seize the Day. There will be a Seize the Day 2021, and look forward to really having some great results from it. And thank you everybody for all that you're doing.
Yeah, thank you for that reminder, or whether it is depending on COVID or not, it's a go ahead. So thank you for the reminder on that. So
Richard, on the community service projects, just a reminder of the cheer up cards for seniors and also the school supply drive. Dee had again mentioned, aside from the basics, Kleenexes, which you wouldn't think of, and Band-Aids. And I got a text from Katie Townsend to help. She said, especially loose leaf paper, either college, wide world, or graphing, headphones, which were not on the original list, crayons, scientific calculators, if you have any of those sitting around from the old days and they still work and you're ready to give it up now, or you'd like to purchase one, and whiteboards with dry erase markers. And I'm sure they don't mean the big, huge ones. Who knows? Maybe teachers do want one. I guess I should get some clarification on her on that. But that's in addition, a little more details. And D Team also mentioned they need firewood for their little outdoor pavilion gatherings. We won't do the firewood as a major Rotary push, but if you happen to have cut a few trees last year and just have them sitting back there, give her a call. So that's it for community service. Look forward to your great donations and drop-offs again. We're with Richard or Freddie or Kathy Heater. So
I have a question about the cards.
yeah.
So I was thinking that if you come up with some really awesome something that you want to say to offer encouragement or brighten somebody's day, you can use that same thing over and over and over, right? Because they'll go to different people and nobody's going to see that somebody else got that.
In theory, I mean, there is a chance, since it is going to Meals on Wheels, we wouldn't want, you know, a couple to get the same card, but yeah, we can mix them up a bit and try and make sure that that doesn't happen, you know, shuffle the deck, so to speak. But for sure, you know, slight variations would be fine.
And then are
yeah.
we supposed to sign them a Newport Rotarian or not our names, right?
Correct. I would
Okay.
encourage you to sign it, you know, a Newport Rotarian. If you've enlisted your spouse or your kids to help, have them, you know, sign it, a community member or your distant neighbor or something like that. You know, they'll know that it's a Rotary project. Jim.
Yes, I just wanted to point out that Olala Center in Toledo is also a drop-off point for especially the cards. We have an outside mail slot right over by the parking lot that you don't even have to see our ugly masked mugs. But if you have some of the larger items to donate, feel free to call the Olala Center. The doors are locked, but call us 541-336-8255. is it 2255? Call the Olala Center and we'll come out and we'll even give you a free KN95 mask for as a thank you token for your donation. So the Olala Center in Cleveland or Toledo, not even anyway, I'm stuck on the wrong lake.
You moved to Ohio. Let's
Yeah,
let's
the
back it up
Olala
a little and
Center
go
in
more
Toledo
west.
is a drop-off point for the cards at a slot in the parking lot, the mail slot in the door, or you can donate the larger items by giving us a call at the Olala Center and we'll come out and greet you and accept larger donations of the tangible, the big stuff. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, that's with the hope or with the belief that some of those kids are getting back into school. I know Dr. Karen Gray had an announcement on Monday that they have a new schedule for that, so that we'll see, hopefully we'll see kids getting back into school pushed out a little bit. And then the thought is that those kids really hadn't had to purchase school supplies or may have depleted what they'd had or gotten, but give them a kind of a little boost or a little bit of, pens, pencils, papers, those things. And I know Raina put a message in here, earbuds, and I think Sylvia said that as well, because earbuds, seem to be a popular item or something that they could really utilize. So your thoughts there on that. So again, different drop-off sites, and then again, those cards of encouragement. So like we all easily probably have a stack of those left over, or maybe we have something that we rolling supply that we use. So, pull a few of those out of there. So any other quick announcements about things going on or
Hey,
any
Richard.
activities? Yes,
I do. So I didn't see any other Rotarians on, but I attended the 7 p.m. Rotary Now event, the hour-and-a-half evening event, leading the change. It was their event number 5, and their focus was about education and encouragement about the COVID vaccines. And kind of I kept trying to kind of figure out the useful part or what that meant to me in the end. And they did give us some really great educational information about how the vaccine works and why, even if there's slight variations, it'll continue to be pretty effective because it targets so many, like, for example, it hits 6 different things, proteins and fats and whatever it targets. And even if the current virus mutates a bit, it's still so multi-targeted that it will stay effective, which is one of the fears people have. But the other thing, the encouragement part of this at the end was there's a lot of people that are scared. There's a lot of people that are skeptical. There's a lot of people passing on misinformation. And it is kind of Rotary's duty as a Rotarian to understand the facts, the realities, and to be able to be a leading community member that can offer advice and encouragement from a point of respectability. And so to help that, so to increase those that might be hesitant to actually, get the vaccine when the time arises for their opportunity, and to increase that herd immunity so that everyone can get on with their life and this pandemic doesn't change so much that we end up, cycled back in. So I wanted to throw that out there for whatever it was worth. So I just wanted to share that.
Appreciate that. So that's a really good point. Yeah, Amy.
Yeah, I'll add on just to what you said real quick, Sonetta. I totally agree. And the Lincoln County Public Health Facebook page has some great little short videos about how the virus works that we've showed to our staff, just trying to give them an idea how the vaccine works, and just make that available to them. So. Youth exchange. So we're still moving forward. I am trying to help all of our students in a virtual way get all their documentation signed. There's a lot of stuff due right now. So all 4 of them have reapplied and done their passports and all that kind of stuff. So we're just waiting to find out if we'll be able to do that for our long-term and short-term exchange.
Excellent. Yeah, certainly big things in the balance there. Any other?
Also on Youth Exchange, I went ahead and let district know that we would not be hosting the weekend in March for the inbound students. And told them we would either try and reschedule for the fall or next year. And they said, we'll see you next year. So we went ahead and canceled that weekend.
Yeah, Kathy, that was a good point because I think you had reported that they assumed we were on board to ready to go, and just no, not yet. Just not yet. It's too soon, too early. And I think Laura had her hand up too.
Yes. So our normal Thursday, February 18th meeting at noon is not going to be taking place. We're going to be doing a Rotary Zoom happy hour from 6 to 7 o'clock on February 18th. And we're planning on having a couple of breakout rooms to be inclusive. And so we're thinking we'll have a couple rooms for people to chit chat. And then we're going to have a couple rooms set up for games. And we will be sharing more information shortly, the Membership Matters Committee. But Freddie wanted to make sure I made an announcement to you guys to save the date for Thursday, February 18th from 6 to 7, because we're going to have Zoom happy hour. And it should be a lot of fun.
Sounds like a BYOB, so should be a fun event.
And Laura, just to clarify, that'll replace our noon meeting, correct?
Yes, it will replace our noon meeting. We didn't have a presenter, and we were trying to find a day that we didn't already have a presentation planned, so that we could do an evening event. And we BYOB.
Perfect. That works great because I was going to put a call out for a meeting or a program for that day, so that's good. And since we're in that, we do need quite a few in April and May, and then just a few in June. So me and Sonia will be working on trying to get those, but definitely, any of the businesses want to shout out to me or Sonia, we'll definitely work on getting you on the schedule there. So we're, we've seen quite a variety of things this year. I think some good programs, and we've got more to come. So happy about that. Okay, we'll shut the announcements off and we'll turn it over to Bob for Happy Bucks and Proud Dollars, whichever you may have. So take it away, Bob.
Hello there, Rotarians. Good to see you all again. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob.
There we go.
Hey, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Where has Jim Wendell been? It's good to see you again, Jim. Where's Jim? Did Jim just leave? I believe he walked out the door.
I bet he hit the wrong button.
I'm $5 happy Jim's back. He was going to quit. So once he retired, so let's not pick on Jim. I'll be $5 happy he's back with us.
Well, we're all glad to have Jim back. Speaking of which, Drama Queen, Kathy Eater, how are your diamond dollars or whatever it was? You have that going now, and
How are my diamond dollars?
yes, you had some program a couple of weeks ago, and you were all happy about it. You were so happy I saw you someplace. Where did I see you?
Well, that would be in the bar, Bob.
Oh, in the bar. That maybe is right. It was in the bar.
It might have been.
Maybe I'm the one that had happy diamond dollars, or I don't know how that worked.
I had a girlfriend who shows up and she likes to go to the bar, Bob.
Uh-huh. And so she forced you into it.
He did.
Uh-huh.
He does.
Did you have fun there?
You know, it was so nice, even just for a half an hour, to be out in public. So yes, I did. It was really nice to see your face too.
Oh, yes, I was there, wasn't I? I forgot. Yep. Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. And you know, if you want to donate something for that, it's fine. But
I am $5 happy about that.
okay.
And I would also like to donate a $50 gift card to Seize the Day with
wow.
with Happy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Bob.
Jim Graham.
Bob.
Oh, that
Bob.
sounds like Jim Wendell.
Yeah. Well, I finally got it unmuted. I'm having technical difficulties, which is John will attest to, John Zagel.
Uh-huh.
It was actually Julie. Julie said I could get in under a Section 8. And
You
that
are a Section 8.
you little feeble-minded man cannot find me because I'm transparent.
Why do you think you're going to be fined?
Because just looking at you.
Well, you've got it where I can't see you, but hopefully you can see me. But no, I'm
Well,
just happy that you're back.
John Zagel must have done something to my computer.
I did
Uh-huh.
nothing.
No.
It's all you.
I was looking at myself and now I'm not. But I'll thank Sylvia for the $5 and I'll donate $5 to the Help Foundation too for being
Well,
back.
I just want you to know it's good to have you back.
Thanks, Bob.
And we hope that you show up every week. Now, Jim Graham.
Yes, Big Bob.
Oh, you started it out well. Why do you think your mug is ugly?
Overwhelming scientific evidence. I believe in the science.
Oh, yeah, really? Tell us about the science.
Well, okay, so there was this gene and it was really strange because it's promoted by a disystronic message in the intron of another gene, which is a very unusual way to go, but that's where the evidence took us. So that's what the paper says. It was in genetics back in 2000.
I've got a sister named Jean, and she thinks that you should pay $5 for calling that beautiful face of yours an ugly mug. How do you
Okay.
feel about that?
Sounds good.
Okay, that's going to work. Sonetta, where are you? Sonetta. Where's Sonetta? I know she's there someplace. She was there earlier. How come she's not speaking up? Maybe she left. There's, no, that's not Sonetta. I think Sonetta's left.
No, she's there. She's just trying to unmute.
There you are, Sonetta.
Okay, sorry. It's a tiny little screen with a tiny little thing, and I've got this weird mouse. So I'm here, Bob. What's up?
I see you. Just tell me, what creature is smarter than a talking parrot?
Oh, I don't know, a sign languaging orangutan.
Close. A spelling bee.
Oh,
Get it?
darn, I should have known.
Hey,
That's
how was
funny.
that? How was
That
yeah.
was good.
You know, I run these jokes by my kids and they don't think they're funny. So it just proves that you people, yeah, you know what's funny. Now that we've gotten through a little bit of humor, has anybody got any happy bucks?
I do.
Who's you?
Megan.
Oh, all right.
Hi.
Hello, Megan. So nice to hear from you.
I am $25 happy to just the general Rotary Fund because I was so fortunate enough to be able to work 2 days last week, or yeah, at the vaccination clinic, and then I got vaccinated. And then I'm also going to work for 6 hours again tomorrow for the last big one. So I just feel so happy that I get to help these people. And it was good to see you too, Bob. I got to see lots of faces.
Well, I'll tell you, I thought you folks did a stellar job.
It was quite amazing what how they got it set up, and people moving can be daunting if you don't know how to do it.
It was excellent though. Everything was well organized. I featured this long line that you stand in for 3 hours and then a mob inside, and it was nothing like that.
Nope, it was amazing.
So hopefully it'll continue to go smooth.
Yep.
And good work, Megan. Yay. Way to go.
I look forward to tomorrow.
Well, let's have a hand here. I was really surprised that her being down there and working so hard. Are there any other happy bucks out there? Oh, Laura.
The Newport Public Library was nominated for a 2040 Vision Award. So we're one of the nominees. They just announced the nominees, so you guys should go on and vote because there's some other Rotarians that I see that are also nominated.
Good work. I'll bet you're proud of that.
I'm very happy.
Yeah. How happy is very happy?
I am $10 happy.
Well, that is very happy. Well, good work. You don't still have Mary Kay around, and she's not helping anymore, is she?
Mary Kay's still helping around. She's my partner in crime.
Do you know I have a secret about her?
What kind of secret do you have, Bob?
It's quite a secret. If she were here today and spoke up, I wouldn't be able to tell you her secret.
She's on the meeting.
She confided in me one time.
She confided in you one time.
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
You have completely misconstrued.
I knew you were there somewhere.
You misconstrued.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you again.
Good to see
I
you too.
haven't told not one person.
I am
Well,
so
maybe
proud.
I've told a couple of people, but
Yeah.
not very many.
I'm so proud. I'm so
Oh,
proud.
good. How proud are you?
I am. I would say that I'm $10 for your Paul Harris.
Oh, make it for your Paul Harrison. I think we got a deal.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Well, good.
I probably need it more than you do.
I need a lot. All right. Let's get back on subject here. Any other happy jokes? Any birthdays? Jim
I've got a
used to
happy
send me
dollar.
birthdays.
I've got happy dollars.
Mr. Wienert, what
Yeah.
are you so happy about? I know what you should be happy about.
Well, this is probably it. My daughter successfully underwent strabismus, which is eye surgery, at the KCI Institute, and I was very happy that it went well. Obviously, her name's Charlotte, my older one, the one that wears glasses, obviously. But yeah, Amanda and I were both very happy about that. So it was on both of her eyes, and I'm so happy. I'll do $100 per eyeball, so $200 happy.
Whoa, yay. Well,
Yeah.
Congratulations. And Charlotte, she's a beautiful little girl.
Yes, she is, and she's back at school today. So
Yeah.
surgery was last week, and she's back at it.
Well, good. Our prayers are with you and little Charlotte. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Hey, Bob, I'll do a happy bet since you were nagging me before the meeting that I owed already before the meeting even started, but I'll do one because Laura reminded me that Columbia Bank was also nominated for the 2020 Vision Award. So I'm $10 happy for that. And I'll pay another $5 to you if you tell us what the secret is between you and Mary Kay.
Well, it's going to take a little more than $5. You know, you get up around 3 figures, maybe I can talk a little bit, but.
Okay, well, how about I'll pay another $5 because I'm happy that I was able to talk Jim Wendell out of quitting with a Section 8.
Oh, yeah, we got to have
Whatever
Wendell.
that is.
Wendell is a pillar. He
he's
can't
a-
quit. Yeah.
And I want to know, so you got vaccinated, so you fell between the 75 and older? Is that how you got it?
Let's just move along here. I don't want to discuss my age today, but it's so nice that you're talking to me. Earlier in the day, you were not talking to me very nicely. So I'm glad to hear that you did come to the meeting.
I was finishing some work. We're right in round 2 of PPP loans. So I'm pretty buried, but it's going pretty well. So if anyone needs a PPP loan, come back to me.
Well, by golly, if anybody can do it, you can. So good for you. Congratulations. Anybody else out there?
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Marcia.
I'm like $20 happy to see Jim Wendell. Can I say
How
that?
can you not be? Yeah.
I know he brings joy to my heart, so I'm glad to see him here.
You know, I'm going to throw in $20 too, because he brings joy to my heart. And besides that, he keeps his hands out of my mouth now. So, and that makes me very happy. So see, Jim, we love you. He's speechless again, so we'll leave him there.
Hey, Bob, this is Guy.
Who am I talking to?
Bob,
Oh, there's Guy.
this is Guy.
How are you, Guy?
I'll give $10 to the Jim Wendell Fund, but I also heard earlier some announcement about firewood, and I didn't quite catch it all, but if somebody wants to come up to my place with a chainsaw, I can give them all the firewood they want, and I'd add another $10 to my donation if they do it.
Oh my.
Guy,
Hey.
is that seasoned firewood or is it green?
Both.
Well, it's down trees from what I gather. D team needs firewood. I don't know if she knows people with chainsaws.
We do.
Maybe some Rotarians have chainsaws. Yeah, if you're willing to cut, please call Dee. If you've got trees to cut, please call Dee. I'll let her coordinate it. Maybe it could have been a Rotary project. She just mentioned it to me. I said I'd throw it out there. So that's awesome. If you've got all they could possibly need and we got people who are willing to cut it, that would be splendid. So thank you very much, Guy. But yeah, give D team a jingle. I'll put it.
I live close to Guy.
I've got down trees. I have down trees that are dry, and I've got other trees that just came down that are as green as can be. We got variety here.
Well, that's great, Guy. That's very, very nice of you. Hey, we've got kind of an issue going on here too, don't we, Guy? I mean, Uncle Phil needs to come up with more money because those Beavers have beat us in football and now they beat us in basketball too. So will you kind of take charge on that and get Uncle Phil to maybe cough up a little more money? We can get that switched around again. What do you think,
I'll
Guy?
do my best, Bob. Well, I'll do my best. I'll talk to Phil, but when four of your starters are
Oh, don't
out,
give us excuses, Guy. Come on, be a bigger man than that. Come on. All right, we're gonna move along.
But we're
Guy, he's off on one of
we
his.
get
little
another
tangents.
shot at this.
Yeah.
We get another shot. We'll see how the next game comes out.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, have we got any others? Any birthdays?
Over and out.
Say that again? Oh, over and out. All right. Okay, well, you guys work on that fund, we'll call it the Mary Kay Fund. And your $5, you got to get up over $100. And maybe I can kind of be swayed into telling some secrets. But right now.
Full disclosure, Bob, you are going to be so disappointed when you hear the secret. Just so you know.
I don't know about that, Mary Kay. I don't know. I think they're going to be pretty happy.
Unless Bob makes something up, which I wouldn't put past him.
All right. Well, I better turn this back to Richard before it gets out of hand. Thank you very much for your generosity, Rotarians. That was a lot of fun today.
You bet.
Richard?
Thanks, Bob. Thanks. Yes. Oh, I thought someone hollered out there. So running out of time here, we want to get this turned over to Raina Matson and the students of the month. So give them the majority of the time remaining. So go ahead and take it over, Raina.
Thank you. Our first Rotary Student of the Month is Marcus Lehrer. Marcus is the son of Jane and John Lehrer and is joined today by his mom and his sister, Maddie. We're glad they could make it. He has a 3.62 GPA, has been involved in cross country and track, has been an outdoor school leader for several years, and has also been a counselor with Peace Village. Please welcome Marcus Lehrer.
Hi, my name is Marcus Lehrer. I want to thank Newport. I want to thank Newport Rotary for making me Student of the Month for January. Here's a little about myself. I was born in Newport and live in Toledo with my loving and supportive parents, Jane and John Lehrer. I have two older siblings, Maddie and Ken, and who have both graduated from Newport High and are now attending college in Oregon. I grew up loving outdoor activities, like such as biking, running, hiking, and camping. We live in a beautiful community with the ocean, beaches, woods, and mountains nearby. We are truly blessed to live here. Newport has been a big part of my life growing up. The community allowed me to feel welcome and known. People here are kind and helpful, and having this kind of example helps me, and all around me has helped me to form me into the person who wants to help others. Newport has given me a lot of opportunities to get involved in the community, such as serving meals to the homeless and helping with the marathon, being a counselor at Peace Village and outdoor school. I'm helping with yard work at the Olala Center, or participating in theater camp and performing at the PAC. Newport's and being part of the small town has given me many advantages. And if I lived, and if I, and that I would not have if I lived in a big city. I'm grateful for the people and the opportunity I have here. Newport's high school has been a great place to attend school. The teachers kept me engaged and active, Russell helping me learn. My favorite class was Oregon Outdoors, led by Mr. Hargett, Mr. Campbell, and Mr. Richardson. The class lets you learn and experience all sorts of things like scuba diving, fly fishing, ATV riding, and surfing. I've done track and field with Coach Hargett and other coaches for 2 years, and cross country with Tom Swinford for 3 years. Both are really great sports and have amazing coaches. I've also enjoyed being parts of the Newport Mountain Bike Club that is sponsored by Bike Newport. It has given me another chance to get out and explore the trails My plans for after high school are to hopefully attend Oregon Institute of Technology in Klamath Falls to pursue a health-related field. And I find it scary leaving behind friends and family, and my life in Newport. But I know it's the next step. I'm grateful for the people that got me this far. I want to thank my mom and dad for giving me a warm house, a place to sleep, great food, and being people I can turn to for advice. I want to thank Maddie and Ken for being great siblings. I want to thank Coach Swinford for training me to be a better runner and for teaching me about work ethic. I want to thank my teachers at Newport for teaching me. I want to thank Raina Masson for being a great principal. Finally, I want to thank Newport's Rotary for all that they do for my community. Thank you.
Nice job, Marcus. Our next student of the month is Melanie Hannah. She's the daughter of Jody and Brian Hanna, and I know at least her mom, Jody, is on today. She's a 4.0 student and is also an IB diploma candidate. She has a lot of volunteer experience and has been involved in theater, dance, and music, and has had many principal roles as an actress, so I'm sure you've seen her on stage. Please welcome Melanie Hannah.
Thank you so much. I am so grateful for this opportunity to be Rotary Student of the Month. As the youngest of 5 children, I bring in my family caboose by a mere 60 seconds, having a barely older twin sister. When new acquaintances discover my twinhood, they inevitably ask the quintessential twin questions. Is being a twin fun? How is it having a built-in best friend? Are you both interested in all of the same things? Do you love to wear matching clothes? But despite all of these questions, no one ever asks what being a twin has taught me. While being a twin has taught me many things, grappling with my own unique individual identity has been paramount. Harnessing my sense of self lends irrevocably to my understanding of others' individual worth. Despite having so much in common with another person, from being the same age, being raised in the same environment, and having many shared interests, I have learned that we can go through a nearly identical experience and emerge with our own unique perspective. No other human on earth can truly appreciate your lived experience, not even a twin sister. My father has 17 adopted siblings of different ethnicities and with various disabilities, including blindness, cerebral palsy, and Down syndrome. I have 3 cousins on the autism spectrum, one with Down syndrome and one with the phonological processing disorder. These people I love have difficulty communicating and interacting with the world around them. My greatest desire is to not only improve the quality of life for those around me, but also to help them see their infinite worth. It is easy to label them exclusively by their disability, but they are so much more. While I don't pretend to understand their life experiences or perspective, I watch them as they attempt to be understood or feel left out, and I feel compelled to advocate on their behalf. This has inspired me to study communication disorders and become a speech-language pathologist when I attend college, where I can help others in similar circumstances. I am extremely grateful to those around me who have contributed to the creation of this dream. Without this amazing town and community, I would not have the courage or experiences needed to explore what I want to do. Newport has so many unique opportunities to learn from, including experiencing the natural beauty that surrounds us. My sophomore year, I had the chance to explore nature and spend quality time outdoors with both my friends and older sister before her departure to college. My sister and I have always been close, but this was our last hurrah, and I was determined to enjoy every remaining moment and create wonderful memories. This determination, however, quickly left after a terrifying mountain biking experience. I immediately realized I did not enjoy mountain biking after the journey started. After a few near-death experiences involving flying through the air, running into multiple trees, and falling sideways off my bike to avoid plummeting off a cliff, my resolution to create cherished memories changed to merely leaving alive. Sharing my exasperation with my sister, who lovingly told me to walk it off, I elected to change my perspective. I could continue to perceive everything as too hard, or I could embrace the challenge and determine to learn something new. I wanted to leave this outing with no regrets. This resolution led to many exhilarating and bucket list adventures I never would have considered otherwise. I went rappelling down a cliff, which, although originally terrifying, ultimately became my favorite activity. I bouldered a mountain and shared a breathtaking view with my friends. This adventure taught me that sometimes taking risks can bring remarkable experiences to fruition. As long as I rely on myself and others, I can accomplish difficult tasks and not feel debilitating fear. I can do hard things. This new perspective has led to many amazing life changes. I've taken on lead roles in school-wide and community theater productions, participated in dance performances with a local dance school I have now been attending for 5 years, and co-founded multiple clubs. I am an IB diploma candidate. I am a dancer and an actress. I am a sister and a twin. I am an aspiring speech-language pathologist. I am a member of the Newport community, but most importantly, I am me, and I am Melanie Hannah. Thank you.
Congratulations, Melanie and Marcus, both.
You're muted, Richard.
Thanks, Keith. Thanks, Keith. So I was saying is that I'm always amazed, and I think that as a group, we consistently hear just wonderful things and achievements and, sports and academics and it just, the programs that NHS has and our county has, I think there's wonderful opportunities here for the students. So great job, Raina. Just keep them coming, and we'll keep having a place where we can showcase and highlight their achievements there. So good job on that. Okay, one last Rotary fact, kind of a random fact I wanted to talk about is the emblem. So everybody recognizes the Rotary Wheel. So everybody familiar with what the wheel looks like? Anybody have a guess on when that was created or how far that goes back in Rotary roots? All blank stare, so no worries. Essentially, it goes back to 1923 when they created or standardized that emblem and that seal with kind of a uniform message as far as, there you go, thanks John. So 24 cogs and 6 spokes, and then that keyway, which was then, that was the last touch, the last addition to that, is a group of engineers, after the design had been formally approved, the engineers said it's an unsound, mechanically unsound unit, and it needed that keyway to be connected to a power shaft. So again, early renditions were of like a wagon wheel with like a pen stroke of symbolizing dust or movement. And again, I think we all recognize a gear as being something that keeps things going, or consistent message. So again, 98 years that symbol has been consistent and constant. So I think that's pretty impressive. So again, we'll talk more about random Rotary facts here coming up shortly. So let's get on with the rest of the meeting here. So we'll call on the secretary for secretary report if he's ready.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Richard. This was a stellar meeting, I've got to say. We had 36 out of 56 organic member attendance for a 64.3%, plus 6 guests. This is really awesome. When I applied makeups, it went up to 75.9% attendance, with 44 out of 58 members in attendance, either here today or by makeups. And so that's really, really impressive. Thank you, everyone. And it's good to see so many faces of guests here today too. And thank you to the students. I appreciated hearing from you.
Okay, then we'll hear from Sonia doing membership incentive. You've got the Wheel of Fortune there.
I do, and I am going to try to share my screen. Oh, this is for the yeah, this for the 50-50, and we have there we go. We have $61, so this will be for $30.50, and let's go. Oh, Kathy Heater.
And I have a member incentive.
Go ahead.
Member incentive is for Dietmar, and sad trombones. Dietmar is not here today, so it'll be $10 next week.
Can I donate my money towards also Seize the Day for another gift certificate somewhere? I don't care where.
Okay, thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Kathy. So how about the social media award from John Zagel?
Yeah, last week's winner wasn't here. It was Raina Matson, and she couldn't make it last week. So we have $10 for this week. And this week's winner is Mark Miranda.
All right. Again, everybody can play a role in that by, liking, sharing, commenting. And then I think that helps, our message. It kind of keeps, as like Facebook or Instagram, if you rattle off some kind of a response, that creates that algorithm to kind of be more purposeful. So I think it's good for all, beneficial for all concerned. One last thing, and I know some of you folks may know about it, but we know Nathan and Corinne Perry, they're going to be transferring, and we'll have some new folks here representing Salvation Army. So I know that there's a Facebook post about their farewell event. Does anybody have any more knowledge about that or would like to speak to that? I know Dean Sawyer had put a post up about it, so do look at that. I think there's a way to zoom in or to do a virtual goodbye. There's also some kind of a drive up, some kind of a social distance way to say goodbye there. So think about those folks. They've been great partners in our community, and they've done a lot. And we always get quality folks, and they are no exception. So happy for them, and then hopefully their new adventure will be just as exciting. So next week we'll have Fisherman's Wives group. So that'll be a real interesting meeting, a good subject, good program. It'll be, I don't know if we've ever heard from them, but you know, there's always some assumptions about their industry, and I think they're going to help clear up. And so we'll have plenty of time for question and answer. So look forward and tune in there. Again, we talked about February 18, and that's going to be an evening event. As a reminder, it's a virtual kind of a after hours BYOB, bring your own beverage, and so that's exciting. Laura is kind of helping spearhead that, so that'll be fun. So let's we need somebody to volunteer to take us out with the 5-way test. Any volunteers for that today?
I'll do it.
Oh,
Lots
good,
of
okay.
people, no one wants to volunteer. The 5-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1, is it the truth?
Truth.
Number 2, is it fair to all concerned? Number 3, will it build
goodwill and better
And
friendships?
better friendships.
Number 4, will it
Will it be beneficial
Beneficial to all concerned?
And 5,
Is it fun?
even though
Is it
we
fun?
do things that we don't always consider fun because we're grown-ups, is it fun?
Nice job, John, adding that number 5 on there. So I like that. So anything else for the good order? All right, let's ring us out here. All right, see you next week.